G'day ice cream lovers, Steve Christensen here, the self-appointed headmaster of Scoop School. Look, it's lovely to have you here in this episode of the podcast. Love hearing all the positive feedback that it's having out in the marketplace, and we really do love the ability to be able to help you either open or grow your own ice cream business. And we do want to thank our episode sponsors because they make this free content every single day available to you. And this episode sponsorship is by Lockheed Vanilla, based here in St. Louis, 3-generation company. They're making all different types of pure vanilla extracts, vanilla vanillin blends, natural and artificial, all different price points in this crazy time of high vanilla pricing. And look, drop them a line. The family-owned George and John Lockheed and a whole slew of people there, Matt and Darren and all the crew, would be more than happy to help you with your vanilla inquiries. LockheedVanilla.com. Don't say Lockheed. You'll come across as a newbie. Lockheed Vanilla. LOCHHEAD Vanilla.com. So, I wanted to talk this episode about loss leaders. What is a loss leader? How do you use a loss leader to reel in the customers? And this episode comes with a bit of a story, bit of a personal experience, which happened just yesterday. So at the time that this episode is being filmed, it's coming into the deep winter of St. Louis. A lot of snow on the ground, a lot of ice on the ground, a lot of salt going up, and we thought we'd pop into the local car wash down here at the Mobile on the Run, just down here, Chesterfield Airport Road, if you want to look it up. Anyway, we stop in there for all intents and purposes to buy a car wash. And we pull up to the car wash, and there's a lovely lady there. I forget her name, but I actually went in after this and nominated her for Employee of the Month to the manager/owner there because she did such a good job. Anyway, so we pull up there with the intention of buying a $9, $10 car wash. So this young lady out here in the snow, in the ice and wind, and she says, look, we're having this special where you pay $10 a month for the next 3 months. It's $10 a month. They'll put a sticker in the windscreen of your car, windshield for all you Americans, and you get as many car washes as you want all that month for $10. Not $10 each. For $10. So why wouldn't you do that? Huh? Why wouldn't you think, well, I'll probably get 3 or 4 car washes. I'm already spending maybe $1 extra than what I was going to spend before. I'll sign up for that. Well, not only did that wrap the bargain up, but they said that we get a special coupon for cheap fuel. So this is your exterior washers here. There's a code here that gives me cheap gas. It's in here somewhere. Family discount for gas, and this handy dandy country club car wash drink container, drink holder, hot drinks, cold drinks. Now, again, why wouldn't you sign up for this? We certainly did. And I was in there the next day, and and legitimately, I went in and actually asked for the owner and told her how good her employee was the day before. And then I asked, as you want to do, how much does a car wash cost you? And of course, she was a little bit loosey-goosey with the numbers, but she basically said it's about $5 or $6. And then she said, well, but we've got equipment to clean it, so that's fine. Now, you think about it. I could go in for, very conceivably, 10 to 15 car washes this month, and she's lost, if the math is right, $50, $60, as well as giving me a drink mug. And I knew why she did it, but I said, is it going to be profitable for you? And she says, it always is, because we get people using the car wash that really haven't used it much before, and they get into this trend of becoming a regular customer. Now, that principle there is called a loss leader. And a loss leader is when you're taking the cost of a product and you're basically either comping it, giving it for free, or selling it for less than it costs you because you know that there's going to be a perceived value down the road. So, for example, a car wash, even one car wash, costs this guy or this lady $5 or $6. She could sell them for $5 or $6 or even $2 or $3. She's wearing $1 or $2 in the cost, but now I'm much more engaged as a customer, and when that deal finishes, I keep coming back again and again and again. And a lot of the big box retailers and a lot of retailers in general use this loss leader concept in order to have you in, get some basically interaction within the store, and then hopefully it kind of rubs off. They build their brand equity in your eyes, and they get you as a customer. I worked with Costco about 10 years ago in their gelato program. They did the same thing in their Costco food court pizzas, or the Costco food courts, which is kind of separate to the regular. They were selling 3 fresh scoops of gelato in a waffle cone for $1.50. And we thought they were crackers because it cost them more to make it. They've got a lot of equipment, invested in the equipment. But it was a loss leader. They get people in, they're eating ice cream, they'll order a pizza, they go in and buy some stuff, and it always works out better for them. So how can you use loss leadership or using loss leaders in your business? Well, a very simple way and a very simple example is free waffle cones. So come in every Monday is family night, we upgrade everyone's ice creams to get free waffle cones. How much does a waffle cone cost you? Well, it depends if you're buying or making, but it's going to be anywhere between say 8 and 15 cents for a waffle cone. So yes, that's your cost and you're losing that, but what you're doing basically is still making a pretty high percentage on the ice cream in and of itself, and you're getting people to come back because they're having this interaction with you, your product, your engagement, your environment. You see what I mean? So the one thing that you really need to know, the bottom line for using loss leaders in your promotions, is you've got to know exactly how much your products cost you. You can't just give products away or ridiculously discount products without knowing what they are to start with, what your cost is, your food cost or your cost of goods. So before you start jumping into loss leaders and perhaps doing a 2-for-1 or giving away something to get people in, always make sure you know what the cost is that you're investing, because at the end of that promotion, you're going to have to do what we call a return on investment or an ROI study to make sure that the product you gave away or the discount that you gave away kind of matched up with the increased revenue over that period of time. And sometimes it can't be measured in that way. Sometimes it's more measured as a brand equity or a brand bonding experience where they'll come back to you, maybe not this week or next week, but they basically now have you in their spending schedule. Loss leaders, very good to do. Look, in this down season of ice cream, have a look at your costs, maybe have some examples or give some thought as to what you can do and products that you can use, or perhaps even a service, in order to use loss leading or use a loss leader to help grow your business and grow your customers. Longer one this week, a bit of a personal story, but I do think it's a principle that you can use very, very well in your ice cream and frozen dessert business. Wrapping up, thank you again for John, George, Lockhead for their sponsorship of this episode. And if you have a conundrum, you have problems with the ice cream business, you want to grow your ice cream business, you want to open an ice cream business, you've got to go to scoopschool.com. All the information is there on classes, consulting, training, all the whole thing. Keep on scooping, folks. See you in the next video.